Hey guys, a little quick disclaimer. Everything you see in this video is related to airsoft replicas, aka tactical toys for grown-up kids with disposable income. While they do look like something from a Tom Clancy game, they're about as lethal as a marshmallow in a snowball fight. These are not real steel, and nothing shown here should be confused with actual firearms. Also, just in case someone out there gets any funny ideas, airsoft parts are not compatible with real firearms. If you try to put in an airsoft cylinder head in a real AR, you're gonna have a bad time. So play safe, play smart, and for the love of chrono limits, do not wave these around in public. With that out of the way, let's get to it. If you've ever tried tuning an AK Hopup and thought, well, this slider design feels like it was invented by someone with a grudge against consistency. Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the Silent Industries AK Hopup Chamber, a precision CNC upgrade designed to finally bring some order to the chaos that is the ENL slider style system. So I'll be installing this in a customer's AK 105, which currently uses the classic Guess and Pray Hopup. We'll go over what makes the Hopup special, review its features, and chrono test it before and after the install to see what kind of performance gains we get. Spoiler alert, it won't turn your BBs into guided missiles, but it will be a serious upgrade. Now, I would do an accuracy test, but since everyone and their cat runs a different barrel and bucking combo, that data would be about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. So instead, I'll wrap things up with some insights I've gathered from working with this Hopup, things you'll want to know before you dive into your own install. So let's get into it and maybe, just maybe, make your AK a little less of a wild card. Let's take a closer look at the part that's about to make your AK stop acting like a drama queen on full auto. The Silent Industries Alpha Hopup Chamber. So first off, we got a true TDC system. This is basically the get your act together feature for the Hopup nubs. It ensures perfectly vertical pressure on the bucking, so no tilting, no sideways nubs, no sending your BBs out into orbit. It's like giving your Hopup a level-headed therapist. So right here, you get a TDC trolley that works with a bunch of different nubs, including their own black, blue, and pink options, or stuff like the Maple Leaf Omega. It's like a modular upgrade buffet. Pick your favorite flavor and tune the Hopup just the way you want it. Next up, an adjustable feed tube. This is one of the features I personally like about this. This isn't just some gimmick. If you ever had mags that wobble more than a bobblehead in a Baja truck, this is for you. You can fine tune this guy to the length for a snug fit with your mag, which helps feeding consistency and minimize vertical mag wiggle. So pro tip, test all your mags before locking in your setting. And here's one of the wild cards, the tensioner ring system. No springs, no weird clips, just simple tensioner ring. You get two, a black and a white. The black one is tighter and the white's looser. It's kind of like a Hopup yoga. Find your tension, center your BBs. They recommend pairing the white ring with a Maple Leaf Super Macaron for a smoother seal, but you can mix and match to dial in that perfect resistance. Especially useful if you're running an HPA setup that likes to yeet BBs into a double feed territory. Another really cool feature, the chamber also has a groove for barrel alignment. Super useful if your inner barrel's Hopup window is crooked as a politician's smile. Use it as a reference point, especially with cheaper barrels like the ZCI barrel, or just grab a Lambda or a PDI to avoid the whole mess. And yes, this thing is basically built for HPA. If your engine has the BB loading strength of a jackhammer, you'll appreciate the ability to control bucking lip tension. It helps prevent mid-cap syndrome, double feeds, and BBs that look like they're being loaded by an overexcited toddler. In the box, you'll get a small garage of parts. Obviously the feed tube, the tensioners, O-rings for the Hopup body and O-rings for the barrel, a short CNC C-clip that holds onto your barrel stabilizer, M3 screw to lock this Hopup onto the front of the gearbox, super cool. a black nub, and even shims for nozzle length adjustment. You probably feel like you're assembling a micro airsoft Gundam, but it's all there to fine-tune the fit and function. Now before you go shoving this chamber into your AK like it's a universal fit, let's talk about compatibility. The Silent Industries Alpha Hopup chamber is designed to fit several AK platforms, including LCT, ENL, Arcturus, and SEMA. Now, for the LCT, this includes the PP19, VSS, and an AS valve. So if you're running anything outside those brands, you might need to double check tolerances or get ready for a little extra fitting work. If your replica's tolerances are more questionable than an eBay gearbox, measure twice before committing. So now let's get this Hopup installed. Here's the before and after. So during the installation, I did run into a few issues. Here's what they were. So during the process of installing this Hopup, with this particular ENL AK-105, the nozzle's too thick. Look what happens when I insert it. It gets stuck. It can't go any further, and it's not all the way forward. And as you can see, it is not even touching the bucking. It is stuck in there right at that point. So there's two solutions that you're going to have to do. Either take your nozzle out and sand the outside of this so it actually slides in there, or switch over to my favorite, the EPS nozzle. This thing goes in perfectly and hits that bucking without getting stuck. As you can see, we're going to be throwing this nozzle in, and it does come back far enough for the BB to enter the chamber, as the website does suggest using a 19.7. This is a 20.7. And the reason why I'm doing that is to make the nozzle seal up against the bucking a little harder. When I manually cycled the gearbox while it was all apart, nozzle came back far enough and BB dropped in. And for this setup, I'm actually changing out the barrel to a Lambda, and we're using a Maple Leaf bucking in this instead of what was in there, which was a G&G green bucking and a Mad Bull 601 barrel. So that's going to change our FPS results, and the fact that I'm actually doing a full upgrade on this build. So yep, I'm gonna still show you guys the FPS results. I did make a YouTube short of this, so if you guys want to see what went into this build, just go over to my YouTube short section and check that out. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna get this replica all put back together and we can go ahead and chrono it. Alright, so here we are at the chrono. I'm gonna do 10 shots in semi and get our average. Here we go. Damn. Holy crap. Look at that FPS consistency with 3.2 gram BBs. 305 FPS on 3.2s is about 1.4 joules. So not bad. Wow. Alright. Let's see how it does on full auto. Wow. This is with a 7.4. Gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed. Gotta admit that FPS consistency on that Chrono is pretty good. I will have to apologize. I tried to get a video of the accuracy testing on this, but it just wasn't working out because I didn't have the proper mounting for this AK, and just couldn't keep it very stabilized, let alone sighted in. I do have another one of these coming, and hopefully by then I'll have the proper mounting device, and I'll just make another video on a before and after. Because I really don't like that I didn't get this on this video, so I do apologize for that. But get you on the next one. I promise you guys that. So that being said, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this Hopup, and if you have any questions on the installation process. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye!